Hey, it's Les from the TV Dudes. This week, I'm thrilled to chat with actor on the rise, Theodore Barnes. Theodore can currently be seen starring in the BET Plus comedy series The Miss Pat Show. Theodore shines as Junebug, youngest son of Patricia Miss Pat Williams. The Miss Pat Show Season 2 premieres on August 11th, 2022 on BET Plus. Theodore can also be seen as Brian Walls on ABC's hit series The Goldbergs, and was a series regular lead on Netflix Prince of Peoria. We discuss how he found acting, what he loves about comedy, and much more. It's a fun interview, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, Theodore.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing great. Thank you so much for making time today. I really appreciate it.
Well, thanks for having me.
So, obviously, you've got the Miss Pat Show Season 2 coming up on August 11th, where you play Junebug. But you've also been on Goldbergs, Prince of Peoria, Goliath, playing young Terry over on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Tell me about getting into acting for you. What was it like to get to try that for the first time? How did you get bit by the bug?
Well, it's funny. I like that bit by the bug. First, it started as something fun to do, and that was with background. And it slowly translated. When I jumped into theatrical work, and I started, getting jobs, it went from something that was cool to do, fun to do, and, to everybody else, I was regular, my family, my friends. But as time was going on, I started to realize, but this is something that I'm good at. This is something that I can make a career out of. And, the jobs were coming, the auditions were coming. And when I booked. And when it was time to be on set and have fun, it was lovely. So that love that I developed the love, so to speak. I didn't know that this was my passion until recently. I'd say a couple of years ago, which is, funny to say because, that means 7 years before that, it was just something fun to me,
I have found being on set is just one of the wildest things to see how much prep and readiness and then waiting and just all the ways it works that you don't think about when you're sitting on your couch watching the end product.
Right.
What was it like for you to go from, hey, I think I might want to, play around, learn some lines, pretend to be, do this acting thing, to kind of learning about the business of it?
It was everything. Because I feel like every actor, has to do that eventually. It just is a matter of when and, if you're ready for it or not. For me, though, I would say it was a little scary at first. Prince of Peoria was the first one that I really feel was my first real job that was it not required a lot of work, but it did. I mean, we had a lot of stunts, and even when we did table reads, we kind of did them like plays. So, we're doing stuff like that on the first day of a episode that we would be reading. So at first it was scary. I will say that. But that definitely, that moment shaped me because I was like, okay, I'm technically considered not an adult, but I'm just a working person. So, there's no time for me to be like, I don't know. Like, no, this is, I'm diving in. So I just put my best foot forward, and my team is great. My acting coach is great. I have good support from my parents. And they were behind me, and they support me, and they help me in everything that I do. So as soon as I realized that, and I buckled down and got my stuff together, it became great, became lovely.
You've worked all through your teen years. Was it difficult to be excited about this thing that's going to take so much of your time and change your life so much, and still try to hold on to that fun and seeing your friends and stuff? Were there things that you purposely did or that your family helped you do to keep a balance, keep in touch?
yeah, that just being a teen and doing this, that definitely is hard. But with me, I've always, it's like my mom always says, if you start something, you finish it. So, at that point in my teenage years, it just was what it was at the time. And like I said in the previous question, is you don't really have enough time to just dwell on, well, I want to see my friends, I want to do this, because, we're in a world of technology. If I want to see my friend right now, I can call him and I can get on the phone with him and I can FaceTime him. So it was hard, but as I matured and I got older, and you just start to realize that bills don't get paid off feelings. So you just kind of you mature and you just accept what comes with certain things. But it wasn't a huge detriment to me. If that makes sense.
Yeah. When it came to doing the audition and such for the Miss Pat show, can you talk a little bit about getting the character of Junebug, getting into the role, and what you're looking forward to now that y'all got a season under your belt?
Yeah, well, when I got it, I looked at it and I was like, okay, I can do something with this. I'm feeling, the vibe. He's quick-witted, he's smart, but he's still a little charming, immature, naive. So that was, to me, not saying something I never played before, but I just looked at it as, okay, you know what? How am I going to make Junebug more like me? Because he is, in a way. I got to put those words to life. So, in the first season, he's at a basic level where he's at. That's the introduction, for all of our characters. But now that the second season is coming, you really see him grow in some areas. He's not fully, matured yet. He's still trying to figure it out. But his situations are mature. And so, when you deal with mature situations, it forces you to mature. So I'm definitely excited to see, how, he finds his own niche in his own way, because he's going through situations they're real deal. And, you guys will definitely see in season 2 that they're like, okay, Junebug, you stepping up, and doesn't get season 1.
Has there been a favorite moment or a thing that's happened on set where you all in the cast or the crew just got to laughing at it and just couldn't get it back? Do you find it hard to work with this many funny people and hold it together?
Man, we have that moment on set at least twice a week, especially during a live show. When you're off the rip, you're dealing with a comedian who has an audience. So I'm always waiting for her to add something to the scene. Miss Pat is always, she will definitely give you the laugh that will have you like, huh? But she's just so great, and it comes out, and it's so genuine, you can't help but laugh. But yeah, it's been plenty of times where we even had to talk to each other like, all right, guys, don't break on this. This would be a good one. This would be a good take. If the audience loves this, do not break. And sometimes it's a little hard, but, we've all gotten better with it, because it's just, the vibe on set is crazy. So when you add some laughter to that, you add some, laughter, like when Jordan, he'll run in and he'll whisper something in one of our ears, and that's when we know. I'm like, oh, a joke is coming. So everybody.
That's great. I know you don't, you're not always in control of things that you book or that you get cast in, but you've done so well in comedy. Is that the thing that you've always wanted to focus on? Do you feel like as an actor you're going to eventually end up, I'm going to see you surprise me with the Will Smith turn and take home the Oscar?
Well, I watch a lot of comedy, and I've been watching comedy. It's funny. Me and my mom were just talking about this. Even when I was younger, like a young kid, I never really got into kids shows. I wasn't I didn't watch Nickelodeon, and I mean, I did, but it just wasn't as much as a kid could possibly do. I love watching stand-up comedy, so anything that had to do with comedy at a young age and laughing and, physical comedy and looks, expressions, I always watched that. So it's funny that, it's not funny, but it makes sense that, the comedy is my sweet spot right now, but I definitely want to do it all. I'm just waiting on the right opportunities to come through, because every job that I've done, it's been for me. They've been good jobs. It fits for me. So, I've auditioned for movies. I've auditioned for dramas and, didn't get them. I just look at that as it's not for me.
Yeah.
When the drama comes around or the movie comes around or the horror, I love horror too. So when the horror comes around, I'll know. And it'll translate in that audition, which translates into a booking, which translates to, a good put together on screen. So I definitely can do it all, but I'm just waiting on the right opportunity. But comedy right now, I'm riding comedy to the wheels fall off, because I love comedy, and comedy clearly loves me right now.
Yeah. And when it comes to not being on set, I know you've been involved. You've gone out and done Habitat for Humanity. Worked at your YMCA. Can you talk a little bit about charity work, just giving back? I think it's important for people to do that and to hear, why people do that.
Yeah, I mean, giving back is very important. Keeps you clean. A lot of people pour into me. That nobody will ever know except for me and that person. So I feel like it's only right for me to return the favor to somebody else, whether it is Habitat of Humanity or YMCA or, just chilling, and having conversations with people that are younger than me, that I see glimpses of myself, in other people, just a smile, is giving back to somebody, asking how the day is, just anything genuine that somebody can look at and go, that made my day a little better. I appreciate that. I'm big on that for sure. And I'm a people person too. I like to talk. I like to have conversations. Quality time is big in the Barnes household, and it always has been. So, it doesn't matter who you are. I could have met you today. I could have met you last month. I'm going to talk to you like I've known you forever, and I care for you, in any way, shape, and form. So, giving back it goes both ways. It makes me feel good, and I know it makes the other person. It makes me feel good to know that I'm making somebody feel good, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. And thank you so much for talking to me about it all today. The Miss Pat Show is hilarious. Folks can catch season 2, of course, coming up August 11th over on BET. 100% Rotten Tomatoes rating, which is pretty fantastic. Yeah, I can't wait to see you do it all. Yeah, really great chatting with you. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yes.
TV Dudes is an independently run podcast out of Austin, Texas. We are exclusively listener supported. If you'd like to help us out, go to patreon.com/tvdudes.
You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at TV Dudes. All the music for our show is done by our friend and original TV dude Gregory J. Amani Smith.
To find out more about us, go to thetvdudes.com. I'm Randy Lander.
I'm Les Weiler.
And I'm Kyle Scott.
Thanks for listening.